Assalamualaikum, hi guys. Back again to Assalamualaikum and a very good day to you all. I hope you have a good time and studying this subject at your own pace of time. And today we are going to continue with our next chapter, which is managing quality. And a bit recap on the previous topic, we have actually talked about the sustainability in operation management. So are the three top tiers or three main component, which is people, profit, and planet. Okay, just go through a bit for your revision, right? So today we'll be discussing more about managing quality. Uh, Today this is the outline. First we look into Arnold Palmer Hospital. Then we look into what is the quality strategy, defining what is quality. We look into what is total quality strategy, what is total quality management, tools of TQM, the role of inspection and TQM in services. So this is quite a long topic, but it's quite an important one because there are a few concepts that you really need to grasp and understand well. So, right, so this is the Arnold Palmer, what I have just mentioned before. So virtually every type of quality tool is employed in Arnold Palmer. So ada banyak lagi a few more others quality tools. So these are among five components being used: continuous improvement, employee empowerment, benchmarking, just-in-time, and quality tools. So this will be your objective. You should be able to define what is quality and TQM, describe the ISO international quality, explain Six Sigma, explain how benchmarking is used in TQM, explain quality robust products, and Taguchi concept, the 7 tools of TQM. So quality and strategy, yep. Again, if you remember back the competitive advantage, the quality should be the part of a company main strategy to achieve any parts of competitive advantage, which is differentiation, low cost, and also responsive. And quality actually helps firm to boost up the sales and also cut down the costs. And building a quality organization is definitely a demanding task. So it's not an easy task. It requires all the commitment by the various parties. So you have want to improve qualities, you actually can boost up your sales gain by three of the competitive advantage, which is being response, having good quality. You should be able to have a good price and also get a good reputation. While improve quality, you also can reduce your cost via the better productivity, lower numbers of problem products defects, and also lower costs which involve a warranty. So this lower and increase in sales is actually will contribute to the profits lah. Now we look into the flow of activities. So from the top, organization practices, quality principles, employee fulfillment, and also customer satisfaction. So all these elements will actually beginning from the top lah. So start from leadership. Quality will always begin from leadership. Without your leaders, without your top management looking taken seriously into the quality, there will be no point of people to achieve or organization to achieve quality management. So if you look at that, all the years, all right, first begin with what is important and what is to be accomplished, and followed by the establishment of quality principles, which is whether you are going to customer focus, whether you apply the continuous improvement, benchmarking just in time, and usage of tools of quality. But in the years, it will be to look into the how to do what is important and to be accomplished. Then we move on to the part which is the those who execute all these principles and decision makers. So they are actually the yield of employee attitudes which can accomplish what is important. And finally is when a company is effective, then they actually achieve competitive advantage where they win orders and also have customer to repeat their orders. So let's define quality. So quality is an operation manager objective to build a quality management system that identify and satisfy customer needs. And this is the definition which is given by the American Society of Quality. So in American, they have their own society for quality. So they say that the totality of features and characteristics of a product or service that bears on its ability to satisfy stated or implied needs. That is uh, what is quality all about. And there are different views of how quality are being observed. First is the based on the user itself. The user, they look into the performance, whether it's better or not, and they are looking into the features, whether the features are more or less. And then the next is from the perspective of manufacturers. So manufacturers, they usually look on the conformance to the standards. So and also they always look and aim for making things right at the first time. Next is product based. Product based, we're talking about the product must be specific, measurable, and that is the for product. Right. So there are three basic aspects of implication. First, company, product, liability, and also global implication. So the first is your problem of quality will impact on your reputation of your company. So especially new products, when new products comes out, it have problem with quality or have a good quality, customer will immediately give a good perception, good first look on the product. Or if you have a bad quality, definitely customer will remember that your product is bad forever. And employment practices, this will indicate whether your company is actually employ a qualified person or not. And next is when you have a good quality, you actually have a good indicate that your supplier are performing well. So the relation will be better, your supply chain will be better. Next is the product reliability. So definitely when there are quality issues or there are problems with regards to your content of product, you will actually um, face a lot of risks lah. So if your quality there's no issue, you reduce the risk. Next is global implication. This will actually improve your ability to compete in the global market. You know, actually in quality there are awards being introduced in 1988 by the US government. So the aim is not is always to promote TQM practices. So there are many companies joining this competition, and among the winners include those listed there. And also we have others new winners such as Xerox, FedEx, Ritz-Carlton Hotels, AT&T, Cadillac, and so many others. You can actually go to www.nist.gov./Baldrige to check out who actually won some of the Malcolm Baldrige. So these are the criteria. As of 2020, the new one is actually the score result is 450. Eh? So this is what they are evaluated on: the leadership, the strategic planning, the customer focus, measurement analysis and knowledge management for focus, and operation focus. So this is kind of quick. Lambat-lambat kan korang ngantuk, pelan-pelan kita buat laju-laju. If you want to know more further, you can always check out read more further in your book, because the earlier part is much more on concept and theory. So I just read it fast. So if you need to get into some examples, I will explain some of the real examples. But in this book, there are a lot more examples being given. You just need to check it out. Okay, now I move on to the ISO 9000 International Quality Standards. So ISO standard international standard for organization. So kat Malaysia we are using MS lah, MS 17,000, MS 25,000, 20,000, 9,000, macam-macam thousand lah. salah, but for ISO 9000 is actually a certification being given to company lah. So if you look at these numbers, over 1.6 million certification in 201 countries. So when this happen, definitely it's critical for global business, because whoever have this ISO, they want their suppliers to have their punya ISO as well lah. This indicate the quality level of the company. So these are 8 principles or management principles which they look into the ISO punya standard, quality standards. Top management leadership, customer satisfaction, pretty much like Malcolm Baldrige. And also you see from the earlier part of this chapter, where we begin with top management and end with customer satisfaction. In between, there are more of the involvement of people looking on the process analysis, the use of data for decision making. So all these are actually being documented and recorded for auditing lah. Okay, now quality, they are causes for quality lah. So causes of prevention, appraisal cost, internal failure cost, external failure cost. So prevention ni, for example, like when you want to reduce the potential for defect, so you spend on training, you spend on buying for instructors. Okay, so that are the causes for prevention. And then the next, talking about appraisal cost. So this is cost involved for evaluation of product, parts and services. So I'm talking about sending product for testing or sample for testing, renting of labs, and also you are using the service of inspectors to check out for your product. Okay, the next is the internal failure cost. So if there is a problem with the product before it is being delivered to customer, those are considered as internal failure. So among the costs which will involve is the work, rework. Rework ni means macam recycle lah. So product tu you get it back, and then you try as much as possible to salvage and use it the best you can lah, rather than throwing it away. You try to use it. The next is buang pun scrap juga. Scrap is also part of costs. Maknanya you kena bayar duit nak panggil lori buang sampah, nak kena bayar tempat untuk buang sampah. And also when there is any problem happening in your production line ke apa, they will of course involve downtime. Okay, next is external failure causes. So defect discovered after delivery. For example, if people already bought it, buy it from Lazada ke Shopee ke, and then once you receive it, you discover that there are defects. Tudung tu koyak ke, tudung sengit ke, tak ada dia punya manik ke. So that is cost if after sell lah. So also you need to deal with rework, the cost for returning the goods, liabilities, loss of goodwill, and also cost of society. Biasa external failure cost ni lagi teruk. So if you look into this graph, you can see between total cost and quality improvement. So usually at early stage, when your quality is not improved or your quality is bad, you will definitely you will tend to spend a lot on external failure and internal failure punya cost lah. Okay, but at the end of the day, when you improve better, sooner or later you actually reduce your total cost lah. So everything in between tu dia start to shrink. Next, we talk about leaders in quality. Yang ni you boleh baca sendiri. Dia ada 4 orang yang pakar-pakar atau philosopher who actually know about or introduce quality. Tapi you tengoklah ni semua nama macam orang-orang Eropah, nama orang-orang orang-orang Barat. Padahal quality ni ialah probably some of them are introducing it, tapi kalau you tengok quality ni pro dia macam orang-orang Jepun lah. Okay, orang Jepun yang banyak yang tengoklah sampai sekarang pun macam mana keadaan di Jepun tu sendiri. So, okay, tak apalah. Kita tengok who are the leaders. They are W. Edward Deming, Joseph M. Juran, Armand Feigenbaum dan juga Philip B. Crosby. So, tak apa, yang ni nanti you baca later on. I just skip this part. So, next is ethics and quality management. So, operation manager must deliver healthy, safe, quality products and services. Because why? Because poor quality will pose risk, injuries, lawsuits, recalls, and regulations. And ethical conduct must dictate response to problem. All stakeholders are considered in this ethical issue lah. So quality punya management ni dia dapat yang etik jugalah. Maknanya apa-apa masalah sooner or later tu semuanya kalau dapat diselamatkan dengan quality, dapat diperbaiki dan dipulihkan dengan quality. Kalau quality awal dijaga dengan baik, sooner or later you dapat mengelakkan all the risks, all the problems in your production. Okay, now kita akan masuk kepada total quality management. So it encompasses entire organization from supplier to customer. Alright. And it stresses a commitment by management to have a continuing company-wide drive toward excellence in all aspects of product and services that are important to the customer. So, kalau TQM ni kita akan rujuk pada Deming lah. So, Deming dia ada perkenalkan 14 points, okay, for quality improvement. So, you baca tu, create consistency purpose, lead, build quality product, build long-term relationship, continuously improve product, start training, emphasize leadership, drive out fear, break down barriers, stop haranguing, support, help improve, remove barriers to pride in work, institute vigorous program education, and put everyone in the company to work on transformation. So this is just a list of 14 points which being mentioned by Deming. Okay, now this is the main concept within the TQM which is important for you to understand and learn. Which is first is the continuous improvement. Okay, kita akan go to dulu apa tu continuous improvement. So continuous improvement is a never-ending process. So things keep on improving from time to time. So that is continuous improvement. So it covers so many things from people, equipment, supplies, materials dan juga procedure. So this component 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ni keep on changing, keep on revolutionizing, keep on evolving, keep on getting better and better from time to time. So that's why there are always department which look into Kaizen, which they promote continuous improvement, and that you later on when you are in companies, you will actually see how your manager actually want you to do continuous improvement. So because why? Because every operation, every services can always be improved. Every procedure, every system, everything you do can always be improved from time to time. So one of the popular concept of continuous improvement is the model of PDCA or Plan, Do, Check, Action, cycle ni. So this PDCA model, we begin with plan, which is you identify the pattern and make a plan, do, test the plan, check whether it's working or not, and act. And then you circle this cycle of PDCA. Okay, in Japan dia panggil Kaizen lah, which is describe the ongoing process of unending improvement. And TQM and zero defect also used to describe continuous improvement. Okay, kalau you baca tadi zero defect ni diperkenalkan oleh Philip B. Crosby lah. Dia orang ni semua ada buku-buku dia orang sendiri tentang quality management. You boleh baca lebih lanjut, pinjam buku dia orang di library dan baca tentang TQM lagi. Okay, now we move on to Six Sigma. So this is actually term being popularized by Motorola, Honeywell, and General Electric. So there are two meanings for Six Sigma. So saya myself when I first heard Six Sigma, I was looking for what are the six component kan. Kita tengok ada 6 komponen ke? No. Actually dia tak ada kena dengan 6 komponen ke apa. Six Sigma ni satu is one statistical definition of a process that is 99.9997% capable 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Alright. So this, and another meaning is that it's actually a program which designed to reduce defect, lower the costs, save time, and improve customer satisfaction. So a comprehensive system for achieving and sustaining business success. So you tengok ni Six Sigma ni 6, 6 Sigma. So itu asal usul perkataan Six Sigma tu. So bukan ada 6 komponen ke apa ke, tapi dia more tu dia apa nama benda lah ni lah, Six Sigma ni. Jadi so tak apa, kita nak explain ni nanti you akan belajar dalam statistics. Kalau you dah belajar kan, so you tahulah benda ni kan. So dia more like a quality control punya konsep. Dia gunakan this Six Sigma lah. So kalau you tengok this area ni is barang tu mesti barang the product is good lah. Kalau keluar daripada kawasan ni, dia dikira barang reject lah. Okay. So okay, kita dah cerita tadi. So highly structured approach to process improvement. So dia adalah strategi, dia adalah disiplin which is based on the MAIC, dan dia ada 7 tools. So Six Sigma ni tadi di MAIC tu defines, measure, analyze, improve and control. Itu dia punya komponen dia. So define apa? Define project purpose, scope, outputs, identify the required process information, and keep in mind that the customer yang definition of quality. So measure apa? Measure the process and collects data, analyze the data, ensuring repeatability and reproducibility, and improve by modifying or redesigning existing process and procedures, and control the new process. Implementing Six Sigma, emphasize defect per million opportunities as a standard metric, provide extensive training, focus on top management leadership as a champion, create qualified process. So dia ada macam taekwondo kan, Six Sigma ni pun pakar-pakar dia or those who are certified or qualified will be given belts lah, macam-macam colour, black belts, green belts, yellow belts, blue belt, macam-macam belt lah, and set stretch objectives. So yelah, of course lah. Employment empowerment, talking about employee are being given the involved in product and process improvement. So 85 of qualified problems are due to materials and process. So the technique to be used is first you build communication network, then they must include the employee. So they need to have an open and need to have a supportive supervisors to move responsibility from not just the supervisor levels but also to the employees, and build a high moral organization, create a formal team structures. Okay, next is the quality circle. So you need to have a team which looks into the quality lah. Okay, the next activities of the TQM is benchmarking, right? So benchmarking is selecting the best practice to use as a standard for performance. So they determine what to benchmark from identify who can be our benchmark partners, collect and analyze benchmarking information, and of course the last thing to do is to take action to choose the best practice lah. So these are the examples being given by the Canadian government on guide on how to complaint mechanism. So they identify a few companies, what are their step or best practice to resolve customer complaints. So basically ada internal and external benchmarking lah. A few type of benchmarking. So tak semestinya benchmarking ni antara luar je So internal ni pun contohnya macam Xerox ni boleh baca muka surat 261. So Xerox, instead of dia benchmark dia punya competitors dia patut dia ada company bernama LL Bean. Instead of dia benchmark LL Bean ni, dia, which is a huge enough company, dia do an internal benchmarking. So dia benchmark antara Europe, dalam Europe aja dia ada France, Norway, Holland, Switzerland. So dia benchmark among each other, dan dia punya, after that, dia punya sales tu bertambah bagus, triple dia punya sales biasa. So the next is the philosophy of JIT. So philosophy of JIT ni looking to full system. Mana you minta bila nak perlu, bila perlu je. Bila ada signal, baru dipanggil untuk stop. So yeah, it's about inventory levels lah. So this is probably you akan dengar beratus-ratus kali dalam any subject. Kejap-kejap kan cerita JIT, belajar logistik ada JIT, belajar international business ada JIT. Everything talking about JIT basically lah. Because it's a concept whereby bila kita tak simpan stok, bila perlu baru kita panggil lah. So apa kena-kenanya ialah bila barang tu kita tak simpan, kita akan actually save ourselves from problem what we relate to cost of quality. So JIT can actually help improve quality. So better quality means less inventory and better, easy to employ JIT system. So as simple je lah. So next is the Taguchi concept. So engineering and experimental design methods to improve product and process design. Identify key components and process variables affecting product variation. So Taguchi concept, we're talking about quality robustness, target-oriented quality, and quality loss function. So kalau quality robustness, we're talking about ability to produce product uniformly in adverse manufacturing and environmental condition. So remove the effect of adverse condition. Small variation in materials and process do not destroy product quality. So you ada satu produk di mana you consider macam kita buat in product design lah. Product design tu kita consider juga how robust are the product. So this is actually will impact on your quality lah. So next is the quality loss function. So ni dia punya gambar rajah ni, quality loss function ni. So basically quality loss function attempts to estimate the cost of deviating from the target value. Okay, even though the item is produced within specification limits, the variation in quality can be expected to increase costs as the item output moves away from its target value. So these quality related costs are estimate of the average cost over many such units produced. So this is actually an excellent way to estimate quality cost of different processes. A process that produces closer to the actual target value may be more expensive, but it may yield a more valuable product. The QLF is the tool that helps the manager determine if this added cost is worthwhile. The QLF takes the general form of simple quadratic equation. So ni adalah the quadratic equation lah. So next is kita move on to the TQM tools lah. So ini yang banyak sikit perkara components. So satu kita tengok tools, beberapa jenis tools. Satu nak generate idea. Kita boleh guna check sheet, scatter diagram, cause and effect diagram. Untuk organize data, we can use pattern chart, flow chart. Untuk identify problem, kita boleh guna histogram, statistical process control chart. So first kita tengok ni, contoh check sheet. Ni contoh scatter diagram, cause and effect diagram, Pareto chart. So Pareto chart is a graph to identify and plot problems. Maknanya nanti kita akan beri contoh. Ni flow chart, rupa flow chart macam mana. This is histogram. Ni SPCC ataupun statistical process control chart. Okay, now kita tengok contoh satu, cause and effect diagram. So kalau dalam biasa kita akan 4 perkara kat situ, 5 termasuk ni yang ni base free throws ni actually NBA buat kajian tentang basketball, apa dia yang menyebabkan miss in free throws. So ada 4 perkara yang always being measured atau being identified, which is material, method, manpower, machine. So 4 perkara. So material, talking about ni analogy untuk dalam bukan production lah. Kalau production dia directly material tu raw material, apa raw material yang rosak. Tapi dalam konteks basketball ni kita akan cakap pasal size of ball lah, apa tu, grain, feel, grip, air pressure, lopsidedness. So kalau method, we're talking about aiming, point, bend knees, cara bend knees, balance, hand position, and follow through. I punya screen kat sini. Sini, itulah, pening skip dah lah ni. Okay, next is the training, conditioning, motivation tu manpower punya masalah lah. Consistency of person, concentration. And lastly is dalam machine hoop. Machine ni machine lah, kalau dekat kilang they look into the machine punya level. But dalam konteks basketball, machine tu dia anggap hoop dan backboard sebagai machine lah. So rim size, dah macam-macam lagi lah. So next is this adalah contoh Pareto chart yang digunakan. Example, kalau you nak tengok, nak faham, buka muka surat 266 buku Hazel. So I bacakan contoh. The Hard Rock Hotel in Bali has just collected the data from 75 complaint calls to the general manager during the month of October. The manager wants to prepare an analysis of the complaints. The data provided are room service 54, check-in delays 12 hours, the pool is open 4, minibar prices 3 and miscellaneous 2. So ni adalah komplain-komplain diberikan. Apa komplain-komplainnya ialah room service 72%, ujung belah kanan warna hijau tu, check-in 12, laporan 4 untuk pool hours, 3 komplain pasal minibar dan 2 yang lain-lain komplain lah. So you tukar, you campur semua figure-figure tu, and then you dapatkan percentage dia. So yang 54 tu jadi 70%, 12 tu jadi 16%, sampailah miscellaneous ni 3%. Yang atas tu, the one above is actually when you here, okay, you accumulate all the percentage lah. So tadi begin with 72%, this part campur. So from here you immediately you can see which one actually the highest problem lah, obviously ni. So biasa kalau dalam soalan-soalan dia akan bagi banyak-banyak perubahan, suruh gabung dan sebagainya. So kita akan do some exercise later on. Kita tengok pula flow chart. For example, dalam ni dia beri ialah surat 267, Arnold Palmer Hospital has undertaken a series of process improvement initiatives. One of these is to make the MRI service efficient for patient, doctor and hospital. So the first step, the administrator believe, is to develop a flowchart for this process. Okay, so dia tengok ni all the step, the flowchart, and then dia terus chartkan. Okay, next. So the next is the use of SPCC. So use statistic and control chart to tell whether to take corrective action and drive process improvement. So ada 4 steps there. First is measure the process, and when the change indicator, find the assignable cause, eliminate or incorporate the cause, restart the revised process. Pause. So control charts. So this is the example of control charts. So ni basketball jugalah. So number of games, and they identify the first they indicate the lower, where is the lower control limit and the upper control limit. So they plot this diagram based on the 3 to miss. So dia ada kaitan balik dengan tadi yang fishbone diagram tadi tu. So next is going to talk about the role of inspection. So actually you want to make sure your system is producing as expected. So you need a control process. So the best process have little variation from the standard expected. Okay, so evolve is meaning items to see if an item is good or defect lah. Senang inspect ni, tengok barang elok ke tidak. Detect a defective product does not correct deficiency in process or product, and it is usually expensive. So there are issues. The question of when you want to inspect or where the best time in process that you should inspect. So kat mana kita nak dan bila kita nak inspect. So ada few several point. First, supplier plan. Why the plant supplier is producing at our facility upon receipt of goods from our supplier. So before any costly or process which are not cannot be rewinded or cannot be reversed take place, during the step-by-step production process, when production or service is complete, before delivery to your customer, at the point of customer contact. So this is, for example, being given by Samsung. So ialah inspection ni ialah you can actually a lot of trouble. For example, workers getting fatigued or tired, burnout, measurement errors, process variability. So cannot inspect quality into product. Robust design, employees and sound process are the best solution to reduce the inspection problems lah. So the best thing is, sama macam tadi kita dah look into source inspection. Maknanya instead of you inspect later when product is about to reach your customer, so the best thing is to do source control or source inspection. So the next step in the process is your customer lah. So ensure perfect product are received by your customer. So another best thing to use is a few foolproof lah. So Pukayuki ni is foolproof. The concept of foolproof device or technique designed to pass only accepted product, and checklist ensure consistency and completeness. Now we move on to the service industry punya inspection. TQM in services. So yesterday we have I actually did that yesterday. So today we're going to talk about TQM, particularly in services. Okay, now different from the product. So services is a bit different, of course, because of the nature of service itself, which is something which is intangible. You tak boleh nampak. You cannot see in terms of the products. Okay, tangible differences between product, intangible expectation customers have of those products. So for service, they are what we call as service quality. So the operation manager must recognize the tangible component of services is important. The services process is also important. The service is judged against the customer's expectation, and there will be expectation by the customer, so that will occur. So this is the example of Boeing. Based on the service specification. So basically, airlines is a service. It's not the product is actually you hiring for usage of for flights. So if you look at the components listed down here, is that aircraft 97% boarded 10 minutes before departure time. So that is what their specification. Their requirements. First bag to conveyor belt is 15 minutes after arrival. So that's their promise to the customer. Cargo door open 1 minute after arrival. On board check-in count 5 minutes before departure. All door closed 2 minutes before departure. First passenger boarded 40 minutes before departure, and flight attendants on board 45 minutes before departure. So that is their components of service quality of the Boeing. So there are a few items or variables in service quality. They are looking into the reliability, which involve the consistency of performance and dependability, responsiveness, competence, or the means position of the required skill and knowledge to perform the services. Access, which involve the possibility or ease of contact, Courtesy involves politeness, respect, consideration, and friendliness. Communication, meaning that keeping customer informed about and listening to those their complaints or their requests. Credibility involves trustworthiness, believability, and honesty. Security, understanding, knowing the customer, and tangibles. There are also tangibles for services. Those are include the physical evidence of the service. So if there anything happen, there are service recovery strategy where managers should have a plan for when service failed. For example, Marriott's learn LERAN routine. So L listen, E empathize, apologize, react, and notify. So this is Marriott's how they recover or they react to service failure. So there are a few ways that one of the most popular way of evaluation of performance is the tools which is called as serve call or service quality technique, where it compare between customer expectation, what the customer actually expect, and they also have the actual service provided. So they make these two comparison. So focuses on 10 gaps in the 10 service quality determinants. So tadi yang kita tengok tu is the determinants lah. Reliability, responsiveness semua tu ialah. So in evaluating performance, the most common version collapses what they are looking at is the RATER ni reliability, assurances, tangibles, empathy, and responsiveness. Habis dah. So that's it for the part 2. I think I just combine with the part 1 je lah. So sangat. Alright. So see you. So that's it for our class today. I will also leave you guys with some exercises to be done, and just look at the instruction being given. So alright, that's all for today. Thank you very much, and see you guys.